This week's Jeet Jet, we're hanging out with Allianna Moxham-Chuck from Allianna's Kitchen. Now, Allianna, how you doing first?
Great. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for this. Tell me all about Allianna's Kitchen, because it's a meal prep service, but tell me like the expansion on that.
Yeah, so we provide ready-to-eat meals all over Pittsburgh, Greensburg, Indiana, PA, Wheeling, West Virginia, and all of our stuff is dairy-free, gluten-free, and soy-free. So I have an autoimmune disease, and I have to eat this way to stay alive. And so it's our mission to help other people find what foods make them feel their best so they can show up as their best.
Such a pro. Now, your staple, pretty much, you have a whole wide variety of things that you offer at alliannaskitchen.com. But we wanted to highlight the cookies. Why are the cookies so important? What's the story behind this?
So Chips Ahoy cookies are my favorite when I was a little kid. And when I first went gluten-free almost a decade ago, there really weren't any cookies out there that didn't taste like bricks. I don't know if you had gluten-free bread a decade ago. You probably didn't have a reason to, but it was like as hard as a rock. It like felt so gross in your mouth and it just like wasn't good. So over the years, things have really evolved. During that time, I really focused on figuring out a good gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free cookie recipe where our cookies are actually like super moist and people who aren't even gluten-free like them. So would you like to try one?
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, we've tried them before because you have given these to John and Rachel, and then Rachel's like, oh my God, you gotta taste them. And I'm like, oh my God. Dude, they're so good. Dude, I'm gonna put this in the thing because we're gonna save this for the car ride. But it's so good because it's soft, it's chewy, it's very reminiscent of one of those Chips Ahoy cookies, but it just tastes better because it's lighter. Mm-hmm. So tell me all about this process. Like, we're not going to give away the secret because, of course, alliannaskitchen.com, but tell me about the process. So
we use alternatives. So unlike a lot of gluten-free bakeries, we don't use we don't use any toxic oils in our baking. We don't use any processed flours. It's just pure almond flour. We use coconut sugar to sweeten everything, and we use maple syrup as well. And that's what helps give them their taste, but not make them too overly sugary. Very cool. Now, the staple of, like, we go back to this chocolate chip cookie, but at alliannaskitchen.com, what else do you guys offer? Yeah, so we offer ready-to-eat meals. That's like our signature thing that we offer. We offer ready-to-eat meals. We offer salads. We have subscriptions. We offer a cooking meal subscription where you can get meal plans from us and some of our secret recipes. We offer a ton of different things online. And pretty much all free, right? Yeah. Like some of the recipes that I've gone through, it's like, okay, we're going to make this, we're going to make this, we're going to make this. But then I'm like, I can't make any of that. But so when we get the cookies, they're shipped nationwide pretty much? Yes, we do ship them nationwide. Very cool. We're not going to go through the process, but basically, alliannaskitchen.com, this is where you can get the chocolate chip cookie. There's a secret recipe behind it, but it's made with love. And of course, it's made in mind with dairy-free, gluten-free, all that, because there are a lot of people with autoimmune disease or anything like that, right? Yes, there are more than we know. Yeah. And we want to talk about briefly, Allianna has a podcast. She's got a whole bunch of episodes out. I think she's on like episode 31, 32, yes. Something like that. They're real quick, but tell us more about the podcast. Yeah, so the podcast was a way for me to help people a little bit deeper, more than just providing food. Well, I believe that food is the number one thing that you need to do to feel better, changing the way you eat. There's so much more to it than just food. And so on the podcast, we dive deep on a bunch of different things. We've had psychics on there. Yeah, we've had fertility experts. We talk about everything on there. It's just a branch of what we do and helping people feel their best. And it's not like 3 hours long to where you're like, I'm still listening to this. No, they're quick episodes. You get through them really fast and it's really good information. So Allianna Moxham-Chuck, the Allianna Moxham-Chuck podcast. That's how you find it. How do we follow you on social media? Allianna's Kitchen. So it's ALLIANNAS Kitchen. You can find me on Instagram and you can find me on Facebook. That's pretty much it. This week's Jeet Jet, hanging out with Allianna's Kitchen.